Hey, welcome to a brand new rendition and endition. I like that. We're ending it already. Hey, this is Shap from Guys on the Radio, our normal podcast. We're doing something a little bit different this time. We are bringing in a new group, a new podcast, I guess you could say, limited run special for the Star of Rock Wedding Experts. So, hi, my name is Shap. The guy behind the board over there, I don't know if he wants to put the camera on him. He's another face you see. He's like, no, that's JC. He's back there. He'll be saying hi too. And now going around the room, there's JC waving. Going around the room here on microphone right next to me here, this is Emily from Flowers Plus. Hello.
Hi there. How are you?
Our next two on two microphones here on this side on the room, we have Seth and Mary Morris from Seth Morris Photography.
Hey.
Hello. Are we still muted?
No, we're not muted anymore. And then on this side of the room, if we get the camera changed a little bit, we have Jenny Ralston from Star of Rock Lodge and the wedding coordinator. She is what's your official title?
Director of Sales.
Director of Sales. And we are coming from Star of Rock Lodge. It's the place to be, as the Beastie Boys said. So, and right next to her is Kelly Champlin. She is with Sisters Stress-Free Planning Service. So, and we're here to talk to you about some of the different challenges, things like that, just questions we get a lot as wedding experts, or not wedding experts, but as wedding vendors in the area. So we're calling ourselves the Star of Rock Wedding Experts because between all of us, I don't know how many years we have combined doing weddings. How long have you been doing weddings, Emily?
11 years.
11 years, Seth and Mary?
13.
Yeah, but we kind of sucked at the beginning, so I would say officially like 10.
13 sounds
We
good.
found our business license the other day, and it was like 11 years.
All right, so let's go 13 just because that was a higher number. So 13 is 24. Jenny.
15.
All right, so we're 24. That's a 39. Kelly?
About 8 years.
8 years. All right, so
I'm still a newbie.
Okay, so 47. JC, we had our first wedding in 2001. 2001, and then
But you can't cut to that picture.
Oh
because
yeah,
look on
we
Facebook
probably
because that
can,
picture was
but,
amazing.
I mean, that's going on 18 years, but I mean, we did have a little gap in between, so. But we'll just go 18 because it's the high number. So combined between, actually, it'd be 18 times 2, so that's 36 plus 47. Math in my head. So 83 years.
That's why Jenny's the
83
boss.
years of combined wedding experience. So you're like, I'm already tuned out. I don't want to hear anything from these guys. So we have kind of a series of questions that we kind of thought up that, could help you guys when it comes to picking the right vendor, or maybe things that could just help you as far as wedding planning is concerned. So, and we're going to start with a photography question here. So our first question, and this may be one that Seth and Mary are more keyed in with because they are photographers, but I think anybody or all of us are welcome to chime in on it. So, question for the table. Seth and Mary, we'll start with you guys too to weigh in first. Posed versus captured pictures, captured shots. So when it comes to weddings and people, hey, can you get a group of us together and pose this? I mean, that's more kind of an old style of photography, right? It's not really the photojournalism, which is more modern aspect.
I think modern, we try to make it look like it was unposed, even though it was posed. So if you look at the pictures of the bride and groom, their photographer told them to stand there and to do that. Like, they posed them, but they try to make it feel by having them interact or do something that it seems candid because of their interaction or because of where they are or whatever. I think wedding photography is probably 80% capturing just what's happening in the room or in the ceremony or in the reception, and probably 20% of it is setting up the picture. And probably a very small percentage of it is actually like getting in your face and moving hairs and moving arms and doing all this. And that's more like the family picture time in front of the fireplace or wherever, where it's like you have to be specific about where everyone's standing so they can see the camera. But I think it's kind of come into the new age of where, we have the wedding party standing over here and walking or doing something, interacting, so that it feels less formal and
less
posed.
Staged, yeah. So it is staged, but you have movement,
It is,
so you're still capturing.
right.
Yeah.
So I think you still need to have the aspect of like the newspaper picture, where you're like hand on the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone needs that one, prom pose in front of the church. Everyone's gonna do that one, and you got to have that one. But I think that's a very small percentage of what wedding photographers do anymore. Seth?
Yep.
And that's how our business is run.
Wait, you have a
You're welcome.
podcast. You have your own podcast.
He's
but
only
I'm not
one
drunk.
ham in. He's only one ham in. He's using another
as I
ham.
say, you can go ahead and tell everybody your podcast. You can promote it. if you
Oh,
want. I don't
goodness,
care.
have fun.
I don't know if you want.
Yeah, you probably don't want to. Yeah, it's very
You have
political.
a very
So we
specific
don't do it.
audience.
The
Anyway,
Drunken Cousins show.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Does anybody have any thoughts about posts versus capture pictures they want to weigh in on?
I do not. I leave it to the professionals.
Yeah.
That's not my
I
expertise.
agree.
I just, I've seen it. I've seen sometimes even where I've seen the difference in photographers that are good at capturing the moment, and then I've seen others who will, in the middle of dancing, almost stop people and pose them to take their pictures.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a style issue of like what type of photographer you choose.
Sure.
So, for me, for our business, it's about kind of setting up the moment and then letting the moment happen. So I want the moment to happen in this light over here. So I kind of put the people in that light, or I shoot towards that light or whatever it is. But I kind of let them interact or be who they are without a whole lot of my say-so. But there are, and I would say that's more photojournalistic style, documentary style, versus like super artistic photographers. They have to set it up because they need certain elements to be right for the composition of their shot. And so those are the people who are going to specifically set it up and make it more posed. And then as far as like asking, breaking the moment and asking people to do things, I think that's just an older photographer type of thing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that we've seen videographers even with like the whole tripod and this whole stand, this light that they move around, and that's how they did it 10 or 15 years ago, but I feel like we're getting away from that.
Yeah.
And so it's less expected.
Hey, you brought up something that I wanted to touch on, just because it's something that we still see every now and again as people, as a DJ in the industry who's there for the whole night and seeing differences in photographers and such. But you brought up the light and wanting people in a certain light and things like that. How much, do you guys, obviously, if you could control the light 100%, say, I want the lights in the room this way, it would be preferred. But I mean, you guys pretty much, I work with you guys a ton, and you guys almost always are able to adapt and adjust to any light, aren't you?
Yeah, for the most part, we bring flashes with us.
Sure.
So that like in Star of Rock, when they turn the lights off in the dancing room, if they don't have any drapery or any lights, it gets dark in there. So we have to have a flash. Nowadays, the cameras, especially with our mirrorless camera, you can take pictures like in almost dark, and it still turns out. It's amazing that the technology is catching up to that. But our number one thing would be natural light is what we want to have. Number one, because you're going to look best in natural light, like it's more flattering.
Why isn't this podcast outside?
I know. We look terrible in here. No, and number two, obviously, would be a well lit without shadows, because sometimes when you have spotty lighting, then it's hard to control that, especially like during a ceremony when we can't control it. We're way far away or whatever the situation is. So most wedding photographers will bring lights with them that they need. We bring video lights and we bring like flashes for that purposes.
Gotcha.
So, but Christmas lights are like my favorite thing ever. Uplighting that you guys do is my favorite thing because I put it behind the subject, so when people are dancing, it's behind them and it just makes the wall look pink or blue, or the Christmas lights kind of blur in the background and they look really pretty. So those types of things are our favorite, just to like accessorize the shot almost in the background. And I love, good DJ lights are like my favorite. I hate the like little strobe little dots that get all over everyone. But I love your guys' lights. I love the uplights. Yeah, most DJs don't put it on during that.
They shouldn't put them on.
Well, yeah, they shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
Doesn't mean that they don't.
All right.
And I think lighting is honestly a huge issue, especially with a unique facility like ours. Like, you have to come in being prepared for it, and there's a lot of photographers that aren't prepared, and with us it's all or nothing, on or off, pretty much.
Right, that's true. And the Great Hall is not that easy because it's very high and the ceiling is dark, so you can't bounce flash off of it like you can in the KFC hall. Like there's a lot of things that people don't understand about photography, obviously, if you're not a photographer. But that's what I tell people, future brides or grooms looking at potential photographers, is look at a venue similar to yours. So if you're getting married at Star of Rock, ask them if they have shot here, see the weddings here, or see something in like a dark ceiling, with high light cabin type look, and see what they have. Because, seeing their pictures in like some well-lit ballroom is not going to show you if they can actually shoot here, because this is not the easiest venue to shoot. Right. And so, or to DJ, like I think it's important to have vendors who've been here before, because it's not the easiest, venue.
More on that to come on a future episode of the
my bad.
Star of Rock
Jumping ahead,
Wedding
jumping
Experts.
ahead.
Oh no, you're great. That's a great point. But we're going to have a series of these for you to kind of pick and choose with different topics that you want to watch and learn more about here with the Star of Rock Wedding Experts. And anybody else have anything for our pose versus capture photography? I don't think so. So with that, we're going to wrap this one up for our first episode of the Star Rock Wedding Experts. Tune in for another episode shortly on your favorite viewing or listening platform.